Hi, I am Sheikh Mahbub Basha. Welcome to my channel. Happy learning.
So, welcome to fifth period. Let us start with a numerical problem. A train of length 50 meter is moving with a constant speed of 10 meter per second. Calculate the time taken by the train to cross the electric pole and a bridge of length 250 meter. Here, calculate the time taken by the train to cross an electric pole. Number 1 is to an electric pole and number 2 is to cross a bridge of length 250 meter. Okay. Given data, length of the train, let it be small l, it is given as 50 meter. Then constant speed of the train, let us call it as V, and it is given as 10 meter per second. Let us solve the first part. Time taken to cross the pole, let it be T, is equal to question mark. It has to be find out. So let it be roughly a train. 4 bogies are there, 1 engine and 1 guard. There is a pole. Length of the train, let us small l, to cross the pole, the train has to cross its total length from engine to the guard bogie, last bogie, it has to cross. Therefore, speed is equal to distance by time. Formula I am using. So here distance means length of the train. So 10 is equal to 50 by T. Speed is 10. Distance is nothing but length of the train 50. So by T. So T equal to 50 by 10. 10 1 jar, 10 5 jar. So you'll get T equal to 5 seconds. This is the first answer. Now let us move to the second part of this problem. So here we need to find time taken by the train to cross a bridge. Let it be T equal to question mark. Length of the bridge, let it be capital L, it is given as 250 meters. For the train to cross a bridge, let it be pillars of the bridge. So assume that this is a bridge. So the train has crossed means complete all bogies are moved away from the bridge. So length of the train is small l, length of the bridge is capital L. So to cross the bridge, the train has to travel a distance equal to sum of both length of the train and the length of the bridge. note down the difference. Therefore, total distance traveled is equal to small l plus capital L, 50 plus 250, that is equal to 300 meter. Speed is given by distance by time. So speed is 10, distance in this case is 300 by t unknown. So t equal to 300 by 10, that is equal to 30 seconds. This is the answer. So in second case t equal to 30 seconds. Note down the difference between crossing a pole and crossing a bridge. To cross the pole, length of the train is the distance travelled. To cross a bridge, length of the train and bridge is the distance travelled. Now let us discuss about speed and velocity. Speed and velocity. Suppose a person is asked to start from point A and to reach the point B. He started from point A and walked along the track. It is a zigzag path. It's not a straight line in this case. At the beginning, time t equals 0. When he reaches B, time is 10 seconds. If you measure the distance along the actual curved path he has walked, that length is the distance. Let distance is equal to 13, distance equal to 13 meter. If you measure the distance directly, straightly from A to B, irrespective of path is available or not, then it is called displacement. Displacement is equal to, let it be 10 meter. Then speed is equal to distance by time taken. So 13 by 10, that is equal to 1.3 meter per second. This is the speed. So it is calculated based on the curved path. Whereas velocity is equal to displacement by time. That is equal to 10 by 10, that is equal to 1 meter per second. We know that speed is a scalar and velocity is a vector. This 1.3 is the magnitude of the speed, and this 1 is the magnitude of velocity. It has, that means speed has no direction, whereas velocity has direction. Its direction is along direction of displacement. Then what is the direction of displacement? Here displacement is 10 meter and it is from point A towards point B. Value is 10, direction is from A to B. So displacement is 10 plus from A towards B. So this is the full expression for displacement. So velocity is equal to 1 meter per second, its value, and direction is same as displacement, that is from A towards B. This 1 meter per second is the speed, and from A towards B, is the direction. We can write velocity is equal to speed plus direction. Velocity is equal to speed plus direction. Highlight this. From t equal to 0 to t equal to 10 seconds. Therefore, this is all calculated for a time period, or you can say time interval of 10 seconds. We have calculated the speed for 10 seconds. This is average speed, and similarly this is the average velocity. So for a time interval, if you calculate, that is called as average speed and average velocity. If you select a smallest time interval, in this smallest time interval, distance by time is called instantaneous speed. So this is calculated in a very short time interval. Similarly, for a smallest time interval, if you calculate displacement by time, then it is the instantaneous velocity. Therefore, the speed at any instant of time is called instantaneous speed. The speed at any instant of time is called instantaneous speed. Use the symbol V instant, INST. And similarly, the velocity at any instant of time is called instantaneous velocity. Use the symbol V instant. In both the cases of instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity, time interval is very, very short. That time interval delta t tends to 0, almost 0, not 0, but it is almost 0. You have to select a very, very short time interval. If speed is calculated for a very small interval of time, then it is called instantaneous speed. Now let us move to distance time graph. Distance versus time graph. A person started from point A at time t is equal to 0, and at t is equal to 1 he has reached the point B. By the time t equal to 2 seconds he has reached point C. Then by the time t equal to 4 he has reached D. Then by the time t equal to 4 seconds he has reached point E. Then by the time t equal to 5 he has reached point F. In such case, we draw a graph taking time t on x-axis, origin, this is y-axis, divide the x-axis, here I am taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on seconds, and distance covered is taken on y-axis. Let us divide it. Let it be 5 meter, 10 meter, 15 meter, 20 meter, 25 meter, 30 meter, like that. So this is distance on y-axis. What is that? Distance measured in meters. Time is measured in seconds. Time is on x-axis, distance on y-axis. At time t is equal to 0, distance is equal to 0, therefore point is at origin. At time t is equal to 1. So let us note down the distances. In the first second 2 meter, then 5 meter, then 3 meter, then 5 meter, let it be 4 meter. So by the time t equal to 1, he has covered 2 meter, so roughly this point is here. Then by the time t equal to 2 seconds, distance is 2 plus 5 equal to 7 seconds. So let me note down roughly. By the time t equal to 3 seconds, he has covered 2 plus 5 plus 3, total 10 seconds. So note down the point against 3 seconds and 10 meters. And by t equal to 4, distance is 15. So for t equal to 4, distance equal to 15 meter. And finally, for the distance, for the time 5 seconds, distance is 19 meter. So if you join these points, you will get a curve like this. This is called distance time graph. You can call it as a curve, distance time curve. Average speed can be calculated from this graph. So you know average speed is equal to distance covered by time taken. Select two different instants of time. Here I am selecting this one as t1 and here I am selecting as t2. So two times are selected. So t2 minus t1 is the time interval. So here we are interested in traveling of the body from t1 seconds to t2 seconds. Corresponding to t1, the distance is noted as d1, and corresponding to t2, distance is noted as d2. So d2 minus d1 gives distance traveled. So to find the average speed, select 2 points and corresponding d2 minus d1 in the numerator and corresponding t2 minus t1 in the denominator. So d2 minus d1 is the distance traveled and t2 minus t1 is the time taken, time interval. If you draw a tangent at any point, select any point. If you draw a tangent that indicates the speed of the body at that particular moment. Distance time graph. The slope of the curve at a given instant of time represents the instantaneous speed of the body. If slope is large, then speed is high. If slope is small, then speed is low. So the slope decides the speed. Slope of the distance time graph decides the speed. More the slope, more the speed, less the speed, less the slope. For example, so let it be a distance time graph. Time on x-axis, distance on y-axis. Select one point, draw a tangent. Select another point, draw a tangent. So comparing these two tangents, slope is low and here slope is large. So slope, at this point where slope is low, the speed is low, and at the point where slope is high, speed is high. Okay. So okay students, tomorrow we'll meet in next period. So till then practice this, read your textbook. Thank you. See you.